Hey, it's JT. This video is on educating people around you about your addiction and having a strong support network and letting people know what you really need from them or patience from them, understanding that type of thing. You really, for yourself, need to educate yourself about what you're going to be going through, um, what you're going to be thinking, emotions. It's nice to have a factual understanding of previous addicts that recovered, that so you know you're not alone in feeling whatever you might be going through, and educate the people around you, family members, friends that love you, that if they are supportive, they'll be really coherent in hearing what you have to say. It's really important. Uh, in my experience, addiction is still misunderstood. And it's not only misunderstood, but it's also still considered a weakness, a choice, and it takes a while for even addicts to realize it's not a choice anymore. Your brain chemistry is changed once you cross that invisible line, and addiction, they call it a disease, in my opinion, and from what I've heard, because you do eventually die from most diseases, and if you don't arrest your addiction, you will die from it. Most likely in the long run. It's not going to be a short, swift, painless type of thing. But understand what your addiction is, that you're not a bad person for having it, and you're not weak, and you're not selfish for wanting to be healthy. Um, it's not a matter of choice. You have a choice to not use today, but the fact that you have your disease is okay, and it's just up to you whether you want to be healthy from it. Um, a big thing in addiction is denial and resentments. Work on them as much as you can, because your denial and your resentments will lead you right back to the substance. You really want to understand how you are powerless over your disease. Your resentments over people and yourself leads to some guilt, leads to anger. Um, it leads you to use a lot of the times. And the denial comes in the fact that you tell yourself you can handle it, this time it'll be different. Um, they're killers mentally. Tell the people around you what you can't have in your vicinity. If you go to family functions, or ideally if you invite people to your house, or your place where you live, or anywhere that you might go, that it needs to be a sober event. You don't have to go into it. Just say there's no alcohol being served, and we appreciate it if you don't bring any. Um, if you hang around people that do drugs, whether you did drugs or not, it's obviously not smart or safe, and not only will you not enjoy yourself, but you'll be triggered. And it might not trigger you that day, that instant, but chances are you'll ruminate and think about using. Um, and the asking people to not drink around you, whether you go out, to dinner, family functions, it seems selfish, and they will probably think it's selfish at first. But explaining to them that you're just trying to be healthy, that you're okay. Let them know that you're okay being sober, and that comforts them. The fact that you're teaching them a little bit about what needs to happen in your sobriety, they'll respect and understand that. And if they don't have a drinking problem, most people really don't consider alcohol part of the equation to have fun, which is what I learned. Regular people don't say, "Oh, I need alcohol in this function to enjoy myself." And if they're like the other people, the normal people in the world that drink socially, it won't be a big deal. So it's not selfish, and don't feel guilty about asking people to refrain from their drinking around you. Um, they'll understand if you want to be happy and healthy. So hope that helps, and be healthy.